We'll do it live.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the SDFC Fancast. Woo!
Oh, the boys are back.
Oh wow. Yeah, that was worth a redo. 1000%. Hit me. That was so good.
Nate,
So?
God, you always do this shit. You say things that the listeners have no context of, and here we are, where they're
Take
just...
three.
Never.
So we redid the intro because there were some technical difficulties, but you know, it was fun.
In my mind, I assumed our editor was going to keep that in and have it like a funny edit, so it was like natural and organic and funny at the same time. But that was my assumption, from the beginning.
About that one.
Don't you put that evil on me.
No, I'm just teasing. So yeah, that was the second time we did the intro. We didn't realize producer Trev had another amazing surprise drop for us. So that was really good. Do you guys remember when Toy Story 1 was first coming out? And that was the song, or was it Toy Story 2? And it was
probably
like
2.
The boys are back in town. Yeah, that makes
probably 2. I bet.
Yeah.
94 Toy Story, I think, came out, original one.
Not seriously.
Wow.
1994.
No.
I don't know. That's off the cuff. But Trev, can I get a fact check on
way.
That was Jurassic Park, 94.
Yeah, there's no way.
Jurassic Park was
I guess
93.
it's 99.
93.
Jurassic Park was 93.
The first
Forrest Gump
Toy
was
Story?
94.
Yeah, I was gonna say 99 or 2000 maybe, because I was 9 or 10. I think.
November
95.
22nd, 1995.
I was
Wow.
off by a year.
Yeah, well done.
That's wild.
Dang, we literally
Thank you,
have
producer
a
Trev.
bunch of players on SDFC who are younger than Toy Story 1. Toy Story.
That is crazy.
That's gonna be wild. That's a wild litmus test right there.
Shit,
Are you
Durant-
older or younger than Toy Story 1?
Durant Furry's younger than like Toy Story 4, probably.
Dude, can you imagine being a professional soccer player at that age? Jealous, but that's awesome. Durant Free, you're the bomb, dude. That shit's so cool. But yeah, what's been going on with you fellas?
Much had a lovely weekend at the beach. Was at the beach all weekend. Stayed at a place. The in-laws and everybody was there. It's fun. Did some surfing. Took my daughter surfing for the first time, which was cool.
Are you an avid surfer? How long have you been surfing, Keegan?
No, not avid. That was like the first time I've gone in 3 years. I got a couple waves. Then there's all these like marines swimming, and I like nose dove like twice. I fell, and then I was paddling for a couple, and I couldn't get him. And finally, the guy's like, "You got this!" And I was paddling, and I was like, "You know it!" And I got up, and then immediately the nose just dove in, and I dove over.
You know it.
And then I got up, I was like, "I don't have it." Like,
I love though that the devil dogs are trying to be supermoto for you. Like, yeah, bro, you got it. You got it.
Get that.
That's
Nar.
so cool.
I just came up laughing. But then I got a couple. It was fun. And then well, how about you guys?
Christopher?
Let's see. Friday was my mother-in-law's 60th birthday, so we went to a steakhouse, had a lovely meal, had some cocktails. And last night, Ashley's coworker's daughter was doing this thing called, I'm gonna butcher this, but it's called a Orangtram, where it's like an Indian dance, basically. Her daughter's just turned 17, and she's been training for this dance for like 10 years. So there was like there was a live band, like a flute, violin, drummer, and 2 vocalists, and they would play music and she would just dance to it. One of the numbers was 40 minutes long. She literally danced for 40 minutes straight. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I've never seen that. I'm a cultural guy.
Yeah, you
know?
are.
Cultured, I love it.
I've
Man
been
of the people.
around. Yeah, I'm a man of the shut up, duck. No, it was super impressive, and then there was a really delicious Indian dinner afterwards. That community is really cool. I'm jealous, actually. I'm
That sounds amazing. What about you, Colonial?
Fishing, and a little bit more fishing. Kind of just nice weekend. It was perfect. Just took the dog to the river a couple times, fished a couple times.
All fly
Watched a little
fishing?
bit of, Yep, all fly fishing, baby. Didn't just all
Trout?
catch and release. Freaking Senor Blanco, Mr. Whitefish, like it was wide open on the whitefish. Only was able to only get like one or two rainbow trout, which is what I'm after. Had to sift
Oh.
through the old whitefish, but yeah, it was just a nice day. Watched some preseason football.
No airsoft.
No, they didn't have they've had like night games on Fridays, and they've been a small like 6-man teams, and it's like two of the guys are ex like Marines, and they have like actual night visions, and then like the four other dudes have like flashlights, and so like the guys with flashlights just get owned. But it's cool. They're up there in the mountains at night, like doing these little night missions. I'm just too scared to go out there at night.
Well,
Just
so
take,
so
take your
first,
flashlight, put it on a rock, and then they'll go up, and then you ambush them like that.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, that seems very advantageous for the guys that have night vision. It seems so unfair.
It certainly is. Ideally, you'd have like 6 guys with flashlights against the 2 with the night vision, and
Or just
strategically try to get them. But
so
Like every conflict the U.S. has been in the last.
Yeah, I know, right?
something like that.
Never mind.
so this place where you go airsofting, is it like fenced in? Like is it protected from like, I don't know, fucking mountain lions and bears
No,
and shit?
that's part of the reason. It's a trailhead, and then you just walk off the trailhead, literally up in the mountains in national forest. My dentist told me she saw a bear that she got back down on, literally on the same trail that we play off of. So it's
Good guy.
there's bear scat everywhere wherever we play, and it's like we're out there in the mix, dude. It's rad, but it's also kind of scary.
I don't
It's
think
like
an airsoft gun will do anything
No,
against a bear.
it won't do. It will just you won't even feel it.
Sorry, Keegs.
No, I was just like a horror movie. Like the night vision guys are crawling around, and then all the flashlight guys are just like screaming, and then you just see like one go, each flashlight go away. Like
Yeah.
Dude,
night vision guys are like,
a
oh
good-
boy.
That's a good idea for like a horror movie, like you're
Hell yeah,
airsofting,
dude.
and then they can see it in the night vision goggles.
Yeah.
It's all fucked up. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right,
Like
good idea.
the Battle of Winterfell when like the Dothraki rode out. You guys
Yeah,
remember
pretty
that?
much.
They rode out with all
Yeah.
their flames and
Don't talk. Yeah.
Why would they go first? It was so stupid. And then all the that whole battle design was so they have like all the trebuchets in front of the infantry. They're like not behind the castle walls, and that what a terrible episode.
God, don't you idiots know about medieval warfare
I-
strategy?
Yeah, right,
With
I know.
dragons and undead.
Yeah.
God, they didn't have trebuchets back then. No, sorry. It's
What
just,
about-
hey, look, it's a magical show. There's dragons in it, Keegan. Don't get mad at it.
No, I know. It's hard not to.
What about you, Nathan?
So Friday, I'm from San Diego, so I went to a Revolution concert Friday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why did you have to preface it with being from San Diego?
I just feel like that's a super quintessential San Diego thing, especially the last like decade. Revolution seems to play here quite a bit, and that it's just like they put on a good show, and that's like seems to be a regular San Diego kind of hangout or a regular San Diego concert at down in Chula Vista. Just seems I feel like maybe that's just because my brother, it's like one of his favorite bands, so I've seen them a bunch with him. Speaking of which, that was the first time I seen Revolution without Gregory.
Why didn't he go? I thought
He
just-
ended up, so we bought him a ticket. He ended up going fishing instead. He hit me up the day up and he was like, can you get rid of that ticket? And I was like, why are the fish running right now? He's like, yeah.
Saltwater?
Hey, when it comes to ocean fishing, you have to strike when the iron's hot. So
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
do.
I get it. So we got somebody to take the ticket. It was good to go. But we had fun. Drove down, caravan down with Ronald and his wife, our good friend Ronnie. And then so it's a good crew. It was a good time.
Ronnie sent we're in a group chat, and Ronnie is a notorious black outer, if you will. And he sent a video of himself being driven home by his lovely wife Shanna, and he was just like, "Babe, are you gonna get us home safe?" And he was holding the phone like this, like selfie style, with her in the background. He's like, "You're gonna get us home safe, right?" And he was all blacked out. Anyways,
Do not try that at home.
Yeah, we had a good time on Friday, so that was good. on Friday. And then Saturday I slept most of the day because Friday was a little too much fun. And I literally was gonna play Overwatch and I fell asleep on our couch at like 9 at night. But Julie and I found a good sushi spot, like a good, it's not super fancy, nothing like that, but it's like the price is right, quality's right. We found our spot
Which
around
one?
here. Do you remember what it was called? It was called Sushi Diner 2.
Nope.
But it was,
Never been there.
you know, it's not
I don't think
it's not going to be real sushi.
It's
Like
not
you're not going to order nigiri from here, right? You're just going to get the cut rolls and all that shit.
So
it's wonderful.
Where's Sushi Diner 1?
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
And is there a 3?
Overrated.
There is no one. They just named it Sushi Diner 2.
One
That's
burnt
exactly what I would do if I was like opening a sushi spot. It would be like that would be it, Sushi Diner 2.
down.
Everybody would ask.
It's very uncreative. Anyways.
Yeah, right. Then it gives like it acts like there's more of a backstory than there really is, without there being one. So
It's a
let
franchise.
everybody else fill in the blanks, Chris. That's what's fun about it.
So should we be SDFC Fancast 2?
Maybe. Should we rethink this?
Change it up?
I like that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
Does that imply a backstory that's not really there, though?
I mean, the same that Sushi Space
Diner 2.
You mean to tell me that when you see a sushi diner number 2, you don't think, damn, that first one must have been blown up by terrorists? That's the first thing I fucking
You got drone striked.
Jesus, not what I thought at all.
What? But no, other than that, played Hogwarts Legacy. Keegan, you ever heard of Hogwarts
You
Legacy?
guys are hooked on that.
Dude,
Julie and I are fucking hooked on it.
I had it originally on Xbox, like the old Xbox One, and it didn't run as good. And then now I have the XS, like the newest Xbox. I re-downloaded it, and it's so addicting because it runs way better on the new Xbox. It's very fun. Right now, I've started Slytherin. There's a secret corridor that I'm now discovering. I get my first Unforgivable curse. That's what I think I unlock.
Oh.
So I'm excited. The Cruciatus curse. So I'm very excited to get
It's
that. It's
true.
very fun, dude. It's a big game. It's cool.
You're about to inflict some pain on some people,
Oh yeah, everyone.
Absolutely.
Professor gives me a bad grade. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
good game.
my weekend was pretty boring. I did not go to Hot and Honest. That's 2 weekends in a row.
Oh, blasphemy.
I know.
Ooh.
There
You
goes the
forget what I look
sponsorship.
like. But no, other than that, there has been some San Diego FC news. Let's do it. Let's get into it, huh? The big news is Tyler Heaps, TJ, as everybody calls him, and that's what his social media says. So, I mean, I guess I'll just use that name interchangeably, and I apologize if I'm not supposed to, but I'm looking at the SDFC website now, and they call him Tyler. So I don't know, whichever one's
Heaps.
correct. I like them both, but he is our new sporting director and general manager.
And
Nice.
he's the one who's
Interesting.
married to Lindsay Horan.
What's that?
Is he with Lindsay Horan? Lindsay
Yes, that is Lindsay Horan's husband.
Oh,
Interesting.
So first off, he can put that feather in his cap. I'm not sure, but no, for real. Like from what I read and what I understand, I think I've talked about this before, but he has been in the game for a long time, over 10 years. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to have him. I know the phrase like Moneyball gets thrown out there, but I think what that really means is a data-driven approach to how you set up your team or how you approach the team, soccer and all that stuff. And he seems to be right there. I saw it's cool, like when SDFC announced it on their Instagram, I see these comments and things like that. And somebody put like the best right back from so-and-so, and it seemed like somebody that knew him from back in the day. So I gotta imagine he was probably a pretty stellar player as well. But every single thing I've read or seen or anything fills me with confidence when it comes to this signing. I'm really excited for TJ to be there. And what's cool is he's only 33. So the youngest sporting director in MLS history. or
Sounds
whatever
similar
they call it in
to
MLS.
sporting director slash general manager, right? Is that what it is?
GM, right? Is that what
Yep.
you said?
Mhm.
It's a lot
Yeah.
going on, but yeah, like Nate is similar. Sounds similar. Is Chelsea's the young coach? The new Chelsea's coach is super young and has like an analytical approach too, right? Is that am I tripping? There's
Enzo, I don't know if Maresca's that young.
is
He
he the
came from
oh.
Leicester.
Anywho, there's one new coach in the Prem who's like on a big club that sounds like it's the same exact thing, and I'm just very excited to see a kind of this young blood analytical approach guys. See what they can do.
Dude, that wouldn't surprise me if he was at if Maresca did have that style. That seems to be the trend right now. It's almost, but I'm really curious. I'll get nerdy for just 1 second. Like when you do that, do you go, okay, we want to play this style. So when teams play this style, they register this percentage of key passes into the final third into this. Like I really want to know what the metrics are and like where you start from. Do you start from top down? Like this is how we want to play. How do we make it? Or do you start from bottoms up? Like this is what we have right now. What can we produce with what we have? Or is it something where they meet in the middle? This is where, this is where
Bottoms up.
Down the edge.
this is where the data science gets into it and all that. So and again, from what I understand, is TJ Tyler seems like a pretty smart cookie. Seems like a pretty smart guy. So I would love to pick his brain and all that stuff, but I'm really excited about that signing. I think that's very positive, and I think that shows aggressiveness, which I want from a new team.
So general
Yeah.
manager is probably, I'm assuming, is going to be mostly in charge of bringing in new players, at least.
I think so. Chris, sorry, you're a little quiet. Can you turn yourself up on your mic? Sorry, dude. But yeah, I think so. And I got to wonder, like, did he play the biggest part in signing Chucky already and Patty and all that? Because from what I can tell, all the signings have been pretty stellar.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
very excited. Patty is the first kid I think I'm gonna get, man. Like just thinking about it, I'm following West Brom a lot closer. They drew 0-0. And then but he's such a he's been through so many good seasons of such high level football. And like to have him on our team when he's still fairly young, like I'm very, very excited for Patty.
And that's one of those, like, I feel like the signings that come out of nowhere but are still really exciting and seem awesome, that speaks to him, Tyler in particular, to TJ in particular, right? Like finding those players that I wouldn't have never thought of Patty McNair. That shit is so sick. So
for sure.
yeah. Sorry, Chris, you want to test it real quick? Trev said something in the chat, so I just wanted to.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. Do I sound
You sound
floaty?
fine. You sound perfect to me.
Yep.
You sound better now than you did before, frankly.
Okay, you Gucci. Let's roll. Let's go, Cree. I can see it. It's off. What do you got for us?
No, we're good now. I honestly think
His face.
I think it was just putting your mic closer to your face. I think that's it.
All good.
No, but then there was an email that SDFC sent out where you can go like view your seats. There was like an event. Julie was down at Snapdragon running today, and the merch trailer, I guess it's a trailer, was there, and that's where they were hosting people where you could actually come and like, look, if you get a season ticket, this is what your seat's going to look like, which I think is a really good idea because Snapdragon is a really great soccer stadium. So it's like when you actually sit down in the seat, you can see, oh shit, I'm really fucking close to the field, or there's no bad views or whatever. But I don't know. Did you guys see that email?
No.
I'm not getting that. I'm not, yeah, I know. I'm not getting those emails for whatever reason. And maybe I didn't. I'll have to try to like sign up again. So you guys discuss because you've gotten it with.
I didn't get said email. I don't know if it's like a supporters section thing, Nate, or because that's what you're doing.
No, it's not. Did you guys pay the $18? Like at the?
I did not.
And are you sure you're not getting the emails, or you're just not opening them?
Well, so I think it's all filtered through producer Trevor. So Trevor probably has something to say about that, but
Ah,
we're not doing a Never Have I Trevor, so we won't be able to figure that out.
Mhm. I
Uh,
So you probably are getting the emails. You just
uh,
like
I
maybe.
I got one last week for saying that it was just saying though that season ticket signups were there, but that's it.
oh,
It's either
gotcha.
that.
No, there was one where it was like, in particular, you went and you sat down in the seat you were looking at and all that stuff. So I thought that was a
Interesting.
good idea.
I
Yeah,
agree. That's really cool.
But
it
there's
is a
also in regards to SDFC news, I know there's not a ton, but the supporters are still very active and all the events are still going on, are still active. So just this Sunday, the day we're recording now, the Riptides, the group that we're part of, was just doing like chant practice and song writing, I guess. I don't know what to say, but like match day practice or match day experience at Hopnonymous. I know we brought up Hopnonymous a couple times on here, so everybody knows what that is. But yeah,
Like, yeah, that's
there
really
was
cool that they.
also,
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's really cool that they're very active with that. The Riptides and a lot of the other, or like all of the other, basically supporters groups, and they're very active with come up and up with good chants and songs and like collaborating and practicing. It's really cool to see.
So there was other supporters groups today as well doing more chant practice. So it's all starting to kick off. They're literally starting to write songs and practice those songs. And the other one was, I think, and I learned this by Instagram and stories and stuff. So if I miss information, it's because I just didn't see it on Instagram. But I saw Chavos and Bada 18 were at Mission Bay. We're at Mission Bay today doing big old, big old drums and having a carne
Nice.
asada from what I could tell and all that stuff. So,
Oh,
dude, they're just doing it up. Everyone's fucking using this as an excuse to do some really fun, cool community stuff. So,
I
yeah.
have an
can't wait to hear,
afternoon.
right? I can't wait to hear Patty's chant. I'm curious to see what that's going to be. Like his song and like Chucky's, like they have, individual songs for players will be fun. So that'll be
Keegan,
exciting.
you can literally write it. You can write the Patty chant and then bring it. Like we're at that stage. I'm gonna keep saying this. The next months is that can be your lyrics that you wrote that everyone is chanting at Snapdragon for Patty McNair, Valley Claire's finest.
No one wants to hear my chant. Be like, Patty, Patty,
Whiskey.
whiskey.
Can I say something real quick
Oh,
before
I was thinking that was the chant you were gonna do for Patty. I was ready.
be the worst chant? Everybody in the audience is like,
Vuvuzelas.
nothing to do with Patty.
Go, Christopher.
Going back to Mr. Heaps before Nate and producer Trevor just shot me down. Apparently, I
Jeez, Trevor
sound
just
like shit.
dodging strays over there.
Yeah, well, he needs to shut up. I don't know. Just kidding. Okay, so yeah, so going back to Mr. Heaps as being the general manager, I presume that would assume that would mean that he's in charge of new signings, right? Is that fair to assume?
Fair
I
to
think
assume.
so.
So a lot of like when you're a general manager, a lot of making new signings is very like relationship based. Like for example, Keegan, you'll get this one. AJ Preller, who's the manager, or the general manager of the Padres, he used to be like the head scout for the Texas Rangers, so he has like very solid relationships with all of the like Texas um, youth, people who are coming up in the youth there, or even people that he's signed for the Rangers. And a lot of those players have come over to the Padres. So I'm curious because Mr. Heaps came from Monaco, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if he'll have some, established relationships with Monaco that'll help us maybe bring in some Italian play. Or where's Monaco?
Yeah.
Italy?
France.
France. Okay.
France.
Because Monaco itself is its own separate country, right? But they play in the France league.
It's I forget what it's called.
It's not a country though, or it's not a city either. Oh, good talk.
The
No,
Anyways,
I know
Province?
it's a weird. What is it called? It's not like the Vatican, but kind of.
Province.
Europe has all these weird things.
yeah,
Is it a province?
Sure. I don't think that's what it is, but
It's not right, but
anyways, Trev, help us out here. You're smart. Anyways, so
Sovereign City. Oh, sorry.
Sovereign City. Thank you, Keegan. Um, so yeah, I guess my point is I'm curious how, because he's only 33, so you can only develop so many relationships over the course of, you know, as opposed to someone who's 53 and has 20 more years of experience in relationship building and things like that. So I'm curious where that's going to go and how that will affect what players we sign.
That's true. I think him being I honestly think he's like one of these um like I don't want to say savant because I haven't met him or anything like that, but the way in which people talk about him, like he already has over 10 years of experience. So like US Soccer picked him up really early when he was young. Monaco and Right to Dream. I think technically he's coming from Right to Dream to SDFC, which I know like that bridge is like it could be the same thing. But I think, dude, I think signing him is like a coup a little bit. Like I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm not gonna lie. I
What do you
think
mean by
then
a coup?
like I think that because he went from US soccer to Monaco to I think Right to Dream, it's like our players where we have the pick of the best players coming out of the Right to the Dream Academy. We just happen to have this brainiac, brilliant guy come through Right to Dream, and now we get to have him at SDFC. That's kind of the feeling I get.
God, you're handsome.
I can
Yeah.
listen to you talk for hours.
Just get lost in those eyes. It's like I'm swimming through the River Thames. Although the River
I
Thames is
I
not,
could be
as your eyes are way bluer than that water.
oh,
That
the
shit is
Thames
brown.
the Thames looks freaking disgusting. It is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
River?
It's like the sand. But no, I just
sand.
and that I get that feeling from other people talking about him. I honestly don't know too much about him. I'd have to dig deep to how Monaco did and what his influence was and all that stuff. But that's literally just from like hearing other people talk about him in interviews and things like that. Like that's where I get that feeling.
That's awesome. And I didn't mean, I wasn't bringing it up in a negative way. It was more out of curiosity. And I'm super excited to see where this goes and who he signs.
Oh yeah. No, that's
Um,
the piece of it. When you're the youngest, you're going to be under the microscope. And and that's a good that's just how it goes. Like that's the thing is I'm not, he gets to have a job in soccer and gets to build the soccer team and all that stuff. And yeah, you're going to have to deal with armchair experts giving their opinions, but on the flip side, the plus is you get to work in soccer. So like I think it's very valid to be like, is his age going to be gonna, maybe cause some roadblocks because of that. Like you said, maybe doesn't have as much relationship building experience. And at the same time, he started early and he seems to be doing all the right things. So it's like it's just that exciting, like unknown right now. Yeah, I think everything's valid right now.
yeah, I'm all for like, oh, sorry, Keegs. I'm all for like the genesis of our franchise starting young across the board. Like we have relatively young players, owners, I think. I don't know, who knows. But the GM and yeah, I'm all about that. And just hopefully we can kind of start off pretty successfully and have this core at the beginning and just grow together with players, management, um, general management, coaching, all that.
That's one
Yeah.
one thing I've never thought of, Chris, that I just kind of realized when you were talking about it is everyone I've noticed so far in the SDFC crew is all soccer. They all come from soccer, which sounds silly, but like literally, if you look at the people that are running the football association in the Premier League, the richest league in the world, none of them have a soccer background. They all have media backgrounds and shit like that. Whereas people who are running SDFC, or you look at like the people running Chelsea, for instance, and all that, they're investors, they're this, they're that. They're not soccer people. Whereas the people at SDFC are fucking soccer people. And I really like that. I really like that a lot.
That's great because then, yeah, they're gonna have that's all they care about then. Like it's not just an investment, like a lot of teams are. I was gonna bring up just Chris brought up AJ Preller, and it's kind of similar with TJ because Preller was super young as well when they hired him as
He's the
GM.
youngest GM ever, I believe.
Yeah. and he's been like not wild, but like in a good way, like makes big trades. And he also had a really good relationship with uh now the late Peter Seidler. So I'd be curious to see what his relationship is with ownership as well of SDFC, if they're going to keep him on a tight leash or kind of give him a long leash, let him do what he wants, build the team he wants to build, which is what I hope they'll do. And, we come out of the gate swinging. So it's exciting. It's fun. I'm happy it's not just some old dude or someone who doesn't know really what's going on. A young guy trying to prove himself, I think, is what we need. So should be good for us in the long term.
Hell yeah. I totally agree. Who you guys are talking about, the AJ fella? Does that mean that San Diego baseball and soccer has now the youngest GMs?
Yep.
He's probably
Think
not the
so.
youngest anymore. We've had him for like 10 years, but when they first signed him, I think he was relatively young.
Hell yeah.
I don't think he might have been 33, but no, I don't think
Maybe a
so.
little older, but young. I think
He
his
was very
30s for
young.
sure.
That'd be interesting if they're both 33.
But
I
yeah, that would
know.
be. But the thing is with I think something that comes with youth is naivete, which can be a good thing, 100%. Like if you look at like uh super young soccer players coming up, they're really good because they don't know, what they're really getting into. The same goes for general managers. Like AJ Preller came in and signed. We just started spending money and trading people, and it's been the most exciting 10 years in Padres history, frankly. So um, if we can get someone who's willing to go out there and put their neck on the line and maybe sign some big players and make some big moves, whatever, I think it's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm pretty pumped on that. And then kind of the last SCFC news that I know of right now is a Chrome Ball next Saturday in Encinitas.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
You
9 to
going?
1 or 9 to 2.
Where is it at in Encinitas? Do we know? I can look it up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking up right now.
I should have looked that up beforehand. I did not. I just was just like, Encinitas, cool. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Yeah. Don't ask too many questions.
It
You know,
says Encinitas Community Park, I believe.
I love Encinitas.
I know. Yeah,
oh,
Encinitas Community Park. They have 6v6 tournament. Yeah, 9 to 2. That'll be fun.
It's a
yeah.
bummer. It's whatever. I said it last
What?
week. I don't know. I love the like that they're doing like the soccer tournaments and stuff. Like I think that's amazing. But in my opinion, they should start the soccer tournaments at like 3 until like 5 or 6, and then just party until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like
Have
that's how you.
music.
Yeah, like let's recruit people that are the ages of 20 to 35 that aren't. I guarantee no one of that age, unless they know kids that are playing in those tournaments, are going to go to that. Like, why would they? There's no reason for them to. But if
I
it's like a
think
party later at night, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the point is when if you do the tournaments for the kids, you're going to get at least somewhat of a crowd because the parents have to bring the kids. So you always have at least a little bit of a crowd if you do it. That's
Okay,
just a guess though.
that I agree, but you can also, the crowd is already there, so you could parlay it into the nighttime stuff after, right? Like
I wish every Chrome Ball was like Chula Vista.
yeah,
I
that
mean, I
one
wish
was
every
amazing.
single one was like that.
Yeah.
But
Probably
I
costly.
also, my face is super red right now because it's always hot, and I noticed that in the last few episodes. But if every single Chrome Ball was like Chula Vista, my face would be red all the time from alcohol
Like
abuse.
like what they should do is get fucking Revolution for one of them. Like that would be a perfect Encinitas or Solana Beach one.
Yeah.
Finish it
Yeah,
off with
Revolution's
Revolution.
from Isla Vista. They're from the coast, you know.
I
Shit.
I'm curious, and I hope the last one in downtown in like was it December or whatever. I hope by then we'll should have almost everybody signed. That one I hope they like do a big blowout, bring out players and stuff at the end would be cool. So I hope whoever's running it does that, and it's not just kind of the same like Balboa Park tournament and it's over at noon. They better do a big
Yeah.
big party for the last stop.
That is, yeah. I kind of, I was kind of joking, like I wish everyone could be like Chula Vista, but really, like Are there other ones? Are going to be other ones apart from the last San Diego one that are going to be a big hoopla like Chula Vista? I hope so.
I hope
Right.
Like
so too.
to your point,
Yeah.
Chris, I really hope so. So we're stepping our game up. Not really. I mean, we're pretending to step our game up, and we're doing our first interview ever. Woo, SDFC Fancast first interview.
Who is it? Who is it? Is it a surprise to all of us?
It is a surprise. Can you guess her name? Can you see it on the screen?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Julie.
Oh,
Oh, really?
oh, nice.
It's
Ooh.
Julie.
Julie.
Oh.
Hello, Julie.
Hey,
Welcome.
hey.
Our first guest, our first official guest, first official interview.
I feel so special.
And Julie just does so much for us on the social media side of things. So bravo.
I appreciate
Thank you.
that. I'm so nervous. There's like probably at least 7 people watching this right now.
That's
Yeah, it's a little-
That's aggressive. Yeah, that's a bit much.
More like 3.
Sorry, guys.
Us in the room.
That's a nice picture in your background. Is that like a game you may have been to or something?
It is actually. That's me at Snapdragon. I think you can see me there. That's the Manchester United Real Betis game.
We can see you there. Like, are you on the pitch?
You don't see me? Oh, here. There we go. There I am.
We
Where?
don't see you. We just see a big empty state, or not empty, but just a sea of fans is all we really see.
Exactly. I'm part of the fans.
Ah,
No, that was
gotcha.
the Manchester United Real Betis game a couple weeks ago. It was very fun at Snapdragon Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I guess I can introduce you. This is Julie. She's my partner, and
Hello.
she is a big
Common-
soccer fan. Believe it or not.
Commonwealth wife, right? Is that the term?
The Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
It's been
Oh
a
my
minute,
God,
you're
that would be
saying. You guys
amazing.
have been together for a little bit.
This 1432.
Shotgun wedding.
Exactly. It is technically a domestic partnership, Christopher. It's been long enough.
Commonwealth, I like that more.
I don't think that's a thing anymore, though. Domestic partnership. I think
It is. If it helps me in court one day, then yes, it is a thing. You know, if it helps us in court one day.
Yeah,
It's like, no, dude, Julie is not going to jail for the things I did. We're not together, technically. And they would be like, well, domestic partnership, but like, that doesn't count anymore.
That's using the old noodle.
Well,
Yeah.
And then when they're like, you need to testify against him, like, dude, we've been together so long, domestic partnership. I don't have to testify against him. You know, we know.
Best of both worlds.
We
There
already
we
know
go.
these tricks.
point is, we've been together for a very long time. This is true.
Nice. So are we gonna get into the interview portion of this, or
This is how interviews on the SDFC Fancast work. Everyone knows each other. We're all friends, even if you're not. So it's more like a conversation.
I have a question. What are you drinking, Julie?
I'm drinking a Pacifico.
Nice.
Flash of lime in there,
go-to.
perhaps.
No lime. Just straight up Pacifico.
Down
It
and
is
dirty.
the go-to if we haven't gone to Hopnonymous and gotten Pat's Blue Ribbon.
This is
I
true.
That's what I thought you were
number
gonna
one,
say.
though.
This is true. So I'll start with the first question. Since your background is Manchester United versus Real Betis, does that mean that you're a fan of one of those two teams?
I mean, I became a fan of Real Betis within the last couple weeks, maybe like the week before we went to the game. Bought a shirt
Nice.
and everything. One of like probably 10 people wearing green shirts at that game. So,
Nice.
yes, I'm a fan of
hardcore fan.
Real Betis. They also have a West Ham player, though, or ex-West Ham player, I should say. So, by default, rooting for Real Betis over Manchester United for sure.
So you're a West Ham fan.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Sorry, I think I might have ruined someone's question, but
Colonial wanted to know what got you into soccer / West Ham. Sorry, Colonial, I'm asking a question for you.
Go for it. Take it away, buddy.
soccer in general, I probably started watching soccer kind of, I guess, maybe like 2007, 2008. My high school boyfriend played soccer and was around.
Ooh, trouble in paradise, Nate.
Oh my God. We are not grown-ups, apparently.
He was
Old
definitely better
boyfriends.
than I will ever be at soccer. He was really good.
Yeah, he went to college and played soccer on a scholarship, so he was very good at soccer. Sorry, Nate, but
I hate him.
he was
All good.
Go kick his ass, Nate.
Yeah, go beat his ass, Nate.
I'll
He gets he gets signed by SDFC.
We're like,
That'd
go
be
kick his ass.
amazing.
Then the
SDFC
first thing I would
player.
be like, so what's up with them tickets, dude?
Yeah,
Let's go."
right. Yeah.
And Julie just leaves you.
Anyway,
Anyway, he was a Real Madrid fan, so I by default was a Real Madrid fan. Watched them for many years and then became a West Ham fan like 2015-16 when Nate and I started dating our friend Ian. Our friend Ian is, where is he from, Nate?
He is from the East End of London. He's
I
from
know,
West
but-
Hamville.
Okay.
oh, lovely there.
No, which particular neighborhood?
Yeah.
He literally grew up on a road called Roman Road, like because it was literally the old Roman road from when the Romans were there. It's crazy.
Wow.
I was able to go back to Ian's old two houses he grew up in, and they're all like total West Ham. He grew up. Oh, he's from Dagenham, so Dagenham and Redbridge, that area.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, so Ian, our friend, is from there, and West Ham. I always like a good underdog team. If you're from San Diego, you understand that with the Padres and Chargers. So yes, became a West Ham fan and have been ever since.
Heck yeah.
Were there any particular players on West Ham that you liked around that time?
Nate's wanting me to say Dimitri Payet, and yes, Dimitri Payet.
Oh, Dimitri.
Handsome.
Heck
Very
yeah.
handsome.
Who else was on that team in like 16, 17? I'm trying to think.
Aaron
God.
Cresswell.
Well,
Cresswell.
he's still on the team.
Yeah, that guy's timeless.
But
will
he
never
was like
age.
he was amazing at that time, and then Andy Carroll
That's true.
was on the team at that time.
Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll was a
right.
legend.
Wow.
Kevin Nolan.
Mark
Kevin Nolan, that's-
Noble.
Mark
Matty
Noble, is he still
Parker?
there?
Matty
Mark
Parker.
Noble, yeah. Mark Noble's still there. Who'd you
Mark
say,
Noble
Chris?
is there as a coach.
Scotty Parker. Scotty Parker. was
Scotty
in?
Parker was at West Ham, but before Julie's time.
He's the coach now? Mark Noble?
Yeah.
He does help coach. So does Kevin Nolan at West Ham.
That's rad.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish my last name was Noble. That's pretty cool.
Don't
Julie,
defy.
have you been to a West Ham game live?
I have not, unfortunately. Still definitely on my bucket list.
What?
Have you been to any European soccer games live?
Was that
gonna be
Chris's
my
question?
Sure was.
I have actually.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't think that would be your
We're-
question.
We're working on our interview skills here, guys. Just bear with us.
Nate, are you asking like in Europe, or have I seen a European team in general?
Both.
Yes. I've seen multiple teams here in the US. I've seen Real Madrid play multiple times here in the US. Chelsea, Liverpool here in the US. Obviously, Manchester United, Real Betis. But the only game that I have been to in Europe was 1860 Munich in Munich, like 2-ish years ago. And that was my first official European football match. Yeah,
What a
it was
hipster,
awesome.
dude.
It was
What a
amazing.
hipster.
It was during Oktoberfest. They had these like amazing tifos that were, I think Nate's talked about it on previous episodes, but they had these amazing tifos of literally Oktoberfest. And yeah, it was wild. It was really, really cool.
Who did
Highly
they play?
recommend.
Who did
Oh
18?
God, I don't know.
Oh.
Nate?
Some scrubs.
Oh,
Chris,
dude, I
do I
can't
even
remember
remember
who
the
they played.
game? Barely. We were drinking.
Oktoberfest.
I
Yeah, it's like
Sure.
yeah.
But they also they passed out a piece of paper and you had to guess the score. And if you got the score right, then your name got put into a hat. And guess what? I guessed the fucking score right.
No way. What was it?
Nailed it 3-1.
No way. Did you get something? A free booze or something?
No, I didn't get anything.
Oh, well, that's all for naught.
Well, you said they put it in a hat, so it was probably some kind of raffle.
Did
and
someone
they-
get something? That's what I
I'm
want to
su-
know.
I'm sure someone got something. I mean,
They probably
Never
did,
know.
but you know.
What if Julie got like $2,000 and she just didn't tell you?
I'll give it to him. Yeah, he won. Oh, yeah, I'll give it to him. Don't worry about it.
I'll pass
You
him
know
this
what I
2,000
did
euro.
get was pretty much my own private bathroom because I was one of like 5 women in the entire stadium, which was
Oh no,
very wild.
that's crazy.
That's so
Crazy
crazy.
experience.
Yeah, that's
It was
weird.
crazy. It
Do
was
they
really
just
weird.
is there just like a dangerously lack wow, words. Is there a severe lack of women in Germany right now? Like
Well, they
what's
just hate football.
Yeah.
Soccer
No,
is definitely
the
still a
men just
boys'
don't
thing.
allow them to go.
Really? They
I'm
just are
just
like,
kidding.
this
I
is
don't
my
know.
thing.
I'm kidding.
See,
Oh, yeah,
woman
I'm
is
like,
not
oh,
allowed
no.
to soccer.
Dude, you should have seen it. Julie had the 1860 scarf on, so every dude when she was walking into, so they wouldn't even say hi in German. They did it in Bavarian, the Bavarian dialect, which is that one state in southern Germany, and it's Servus, like Servus is how you spell it. And like if you go back to when Harry Kane signed for Bayern and stuff, they say Servus Harry and all that stuff. That's actually Bavarian. That's a completely different language
Yeah.
than German, High German. And so, Julie, you could tell them.
Oh, yeah. Nate and I were just walking to the bathroom, and every single guy that I passed was just like, Servus, Servus, Servus.
That's so cool.
Hello.
shooting their shot, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it
They
was
really
amazing.
were. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Keegan, do you have any questions for Julie?
I do, off topic of soccer.
Sure.
Do you
Favorite
very random
yoga
question.
position? Sorry.
I'll leave that for Colin.
And that was my question.
Are you would you rather have beer and wings or wine and steak?
Oh, God.
Which is more your
Beer and
preference?
wings for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Good answer. Nice.
I very rarely drink wine in general. Beer all the way for sure.
Cheers to that, Colin.
Well, I was
Here
gonna
comes.
change my question and try to think of something, but I couldn't think of
I
anything.
liked your
So-
question, Colin. I think you should still ask
Well,
it.
like, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a chiropractor more or less for your
Correct.
occupation, right?
Correct.
Yeah, if you got a favorite yoga position, you know, the old downward dog, a plank, maybe you got some child's pose, get me with the warrior 1, 2, or 3. You know, I can go on.
Hell yeah.
That's
You know,
good.
I think I'm gonna go for a pigeon pose. Works on a ton of
okay.
hip external rotation.
Mhm.
Great for hip mobility.
Noted.
This is a great soccer podcast.
Good question.
Hey, hip mobility is very important if you're going to be a professional soccer
Yeah,
player.
you
'cause,
got to
Sure.
stretch.
It's true.
geez, trying to get Julie a job within soccer here, and you're just shooting
Yeah,
it
right.
down.
Julie,
Let me just talk about my hip external rotation knowledge.
Sure.
Julie, would you rather have Reese's Pieces in the
Oh,
movie theater or popcorn? Which would you prefer?
Both, duh.
Hey, Julie, out of all the SDFC signings so far, who are you most excited for?
It's gotta be Chucky Lozano. I mean,
Hard debate. Hard
Yep.
debate.
gotta be.
Tough debate.
If any of you had gone to the Rady Shell event, you would all feel the same way. That was pretty wild.
Wow, throwing shade.
Yeah.
Hey,
You deserve it.
hey, don't come for me unless I call for you. Jesus.
That's
Just
cool,
saying,
though.
it was amazing. It was really cool. And anyone, if they were not a fan before that, going to that event, I feel like would 100% not only make you a fan of Chucky Lozano, but like super excited. And I know you guys have already talked about this on multiple episodes, but just really excited for the season and the team in general.
So before we let you go, how much butter do you put on your popcorn when you go to the movies?
A lot.
I don't.
Here's a real soccer question. Who's your favorite non-West Ham player right now?
Well, he's not a West Ham player anymore, so I'm gonna go Declan Rice.
Oh, good answer.
I forgot
Ex
about
West
that.
Ham player.
Doesn't count. That doesn't count. I already knew that.
It counts. He's Arsenal boy.
Super disappointing you didn't go with an American, but whatever.
Not Weston
Declan
McKinney.
Rice is my love. I have to go for him always. He's the best.
I do not blame Julie. Declan Rice is so good.
There would be
Mason Mount.
if someone opens a Mexican restaurant and Declan Rice was in San Diego, you could have like a Declan Rice beans and cheese burrito.
You could also not have that.
We'll cut that out.
When Nate eventually opens a food truck, that will be a menu item.
There you go.
Thank you. Julie always has my back. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. Julia, let's start our own podcast. Fuck these guys.
I think we would succeed for sure.
100%.
It
Julie,
would
have
just
you
be me laughing at Chris's puns all the time.
have you been to any MLS games before, Julie? Like in LA or anything?
I haven't actually. Good question. No, I have not been to
Really?
any MLS games. No.
That
I
is a good
really no.
point.
Well, I mean, unless you count like the Real Madrid Galaxy friendlies, but those aren't. It's not MLS game. Just yeah. But that
So-
is the only MLS team that I guess I've seen is Galaxy.
So should we wait and have your first ever MLS game be an SDFC game, or should we try to go to
At
an
this
MLS
point, it
game?
has to be.
Oh yeah.
At this
Oh,
point, it has to
shit.
be. Yeah.
It's
I'll
coming
only
up.
wait a few more months.
Yeah.
You can't go to like an LAFC or LA
Yeah.
Galaxy game before that. No way.
No, exactly. That'll be exciting. We'll record it. Record my reaction to my first MLS game being SDFC.
We just have a thing where the camera's right here and it's like a hat or it's just in her
Yeah.
face the whole time.
We're
I'm
all-
really enjoying being here right now.
I like it.
Producer Trevor's wearing a hat, but he's not actually watching the game. He's just staring at Julie the whole time.
With the soundboard
Like
ready.
right in her face.
The microphone and like headphones
Yeah.
on.
He's hitting the soundboard, but no one can hear it because it's very yeah.
I prefer not to
I
speak.
love it. I love it. I'm game.
All right. Well, Julie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
you
you
were the
very much.
best.
Thank you for being our
Thanks-
tester
Thanks
interview.
for having me, guys.
Look forward to the next one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll have better questions, don't worry.
Bye.
So that was fun. That was a good little tester.
Yeah.
Should we just
It's late.
skip the quiz game?
You want to save the quiz game for next time?
Yeah, I say we do.
I'm done. I'm tired.
Save it up. I'll give you guys the category.
No.
Yes.
No,
I'll
Oh.
give
None
it
of
to
this.
you right now.
Do
No.
it.
No.
Do it. I'll take it.
Boo.
You're not like I don't think that you'll be able to find like you're not
I
gonna
don't
come up with
like
the questions
this.
I came up with.
Colin's gonna spend the next I don't know.
Week.
72 hours researching whatever the
I'm
fuck.
on the schneid. I gotta take every chance. Hey, don't. If he gives it to me, you can't blame me. Don't. You don't
Trev-
give it.
Trev, what are your thoughts with the soundboard?
Don't give it to me. Just whatever. This is democracy. This ain't no democracy.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
What was that? Oh my god.
That was so good.
Who was that?
Don't worry about
Oh,
That was so
Is
perfect.
it like sound like a wrestler, like the Hulk or something? But
I think that's Dr. Phil.
it. It is Dr. Phil.
oh, is that Dr. Phil?
Yeah, it's all
well,
Phil.
The Hulk, Dr. Phil.
I think so.
Oh,
All right,
that
well,
was
there's
so
your
good.
answer.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, I guess I'll
the
just go
category of the
ahead.
next quiz game is quiz game now.
Here it comes, Chris. Run.
Oh,
Here
run,
it comes.
run, run.
Oh. He's still running.
He's still
Go
running.
fuck yourself,
Like-
San Diego.